Listen. Hopefully you can hear it. Hopefully it's working quite well. I'm not exactly sure. I'm sure you guys will let me know in the live chat. But big shout out to those of you guys who are watching live. I have you right there. Welcome to the Let Me Explain little live stream that we do. I used to do these on Mondays, and now I actually want to do them on Fridays, considering that a lot of the times we have these, all the movies that come out, the Let Me Explains take like a lot longer to make, so I figured what better way than to cover them here. So big shout out to those of you who are on the chat. I know you guys like seeing yourself come out in the video. If you're not watching the live stream, they always get unlisted and they end up in the community post. But I thought this was a cool little thing to do because, like I said, we watched a lot of movies early, but it takes us so long to make these videos. So, like, our thoughts on Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, our thoughts on all of the movies that came out this week, it would be better to do a little live stream covering those things, and then at the end, as you see with the live chat, talking about that stuff right there. But I got a couple of movies that I want to talk about. And also a big shout out to the Patreons over on, I forget which side it is, somewhere over here. I almost got it. Boom, right there. The Patreons over at the A to Z Show / Let Me Explain. For those who have been supporting both channels since way back in the day, some of you don't, some were supporting two channels. They didn't even know we had two channels, but I appreciate it. It's been really cool having you guys support it. I hope that it's streaming good. I'm not exactly sure. I can't really see it. Let me test it out right now. If I'm blocky as can be, I completely apologize. I'll try to finish it on the last time. Is there a bit of a lag? I'm kind of seeing that there is. Man, that really sucks. I'm going to see if I can fix it here for a little bit. More info. Let's see. It says something about the resolution, which seems to be the case. I don't know. YouTube, why are you doing me like this? As I do that, let me search some other stuff up. If you can see anything that's up on the screen, I will actually be putting and talking about some of the movies, since practically most of you are used to just listening to my voice. One of the first ones is Good Boys. I don't know if that'll update. You guys can still hear me, I think. As long as you guys can still hear me, I think that's all that matters. But Good Boys is one of the new movies coming out this week. I absolutely adore it. Obviously, we're going to have a whole Let Me Explain for it. And as I was saying, shout out to the patrons. Y'all may be getting 6 videos a little bit early, considering that we do have 6 videos in the works that may be dropping on one day, considering the fact that we're almost reaching 600,000 subscribers, so I really appreciate that. But Good Boys, highly recommend this one. I'm going to go in order of this week's releases on what I like the most. I believe I'm lagging, but at the same time, as long as you can see Good Boys, that's all that matters. Good Boys, I thought was hilarious. I really hope you guys check it out. I know that it's a little bit vulgar for too many people, but at the same time, I thought this movie was funny. But even better than that is that while it is one of my favorite comedies, I think that it also has one of the saddest endings, per se. I might have a whole spoiler video coming out, but I think it's one of the best movies of the year. I know a lot of people wish that instead of it being little kids, it was like James Franco and I would say Craig Robinson, and then I would say that the next guy would have been, I'm blinking on his name, from Eastbound and Down. That's what I think. I still think it's a funny movie, and I definitely recommend it. Another one that I also highly recommend, coming up here as I fade it in, The Nightingale. Some of you guys who followed us with our Sundance video and even the podcast, can you guys not hear anything? Sometimes I can't tell if someone can't hear anything or if they just don't have it on mute. So considering that some people are seeing it, maybe the volume's a little bit down. I know it's lagging, though. I'm going to try to fix that one for next week's. But The Nightingale, yo, this thing is insane. If you guys are going to watch this movie, I would highly recommend checking out some of the stuff dealing like with the rating, because there was some people who legitimately just ran out of the screening because they could not handle it. So in case you do intend on watching this movie, highly recommend knowing your stuff before getting into it. The way I pitched it was, I did have an interesting comment. Someone had said, you didn't really pitch this movie. I had covered, like, in the must-watch video, I'd covered, like, 20-something movies to look forward to, and someone said, you didn't really pitch The Nightingale, which one, I don't really work for the company, so I'm not really pitching anything other than what I watched and recommend. But if out of 27 movies, the only one you comment on is Nightingale, I think I pitched it pretty well. My pitch being that movie, when we went to go see it at Sundance, they ID'd us. They had somebody out there who was telling us about there being people on hand for therapists. I was like, that's a lie. Turns out there was a lady who ran out of the balcony. Some of you guys have heard this before. Oh, shout out Charlie. If you guys can see over there in the super chat for those who are watching live. Shout out Charlie to you. Love your videos. Keep up the good work. I appreciate that. Nightingale, there was this lady who rushed out of the screening. We were sitting up in the balcony. Lady almost fell over to the other side. So if this movie interests you, I would say definitely keep it over on your radar, because It's insane. But with the warning, because I don't want someone watching it and then going like, what? Why'd you tell me this? That said, I got Good Boys, I got Nightingale. Maybe those two aren't playing. Good Boys should be playing near you. Maybe Nightingale isn't. Maybe you just want to stay at home. The Amazing Johnathan Documentary is one of my favorite movies of this year. I've been talking about three in particular. Loose, Amazing Johnathan Documentary, and another one that I'm going to be mentioning right after this. I don't know why I didn't put Loose. Loose has been out. Watch Loose. Then, if you can't catch that one, on Hulu, there's this movie called The Amazing Johnathan Documentary. Some of you still hate documentaries. It's 2019. Time to move on. Get more progressive. This is one of the best movies of this year, in my opinion. I love the narrative. Maybe if you don't know anything about Johnathan, you may know if you like, once you watch the documentary, you'll be like, oh, I've seen that magician before. I had the same reaction to it. But it's this documentary within a documentary within... Part of the pitch is like if you haven't seen this movie, you don't know why this poster is so funny, especially with the crossed out thing, because what got me to watch this movie, and again, I'm going to be making videos for all these things. What got me to watch this movie was the fact that Amazing Johnathan, the documentary was untitled, which I thought was hysterical. And now it is titled, but they still kept the untitled there crossed out. There's a couple documentaries out there dealing with Amazing Johnathan. That's also something that's covered in the documentary, this one right here. Make sure you watch the one on Hulu. Make sure you watch the one that looks like this poster. I'm not going to say anything else. If you trust my opinion on it, go in as blind as possible, and I hope you love it as much as I do. So we got Good Boys, we got Nightingale, got Amazing Johnathan Documentary. We got one that I've been talking about for a bit. It's dealing with the Laboufissants. Peanut Butter Falcon. Maybe you've seen the trailer for Honey Boy, which I know just released. That was also at Sundance. But I got this one at South by, and I know this one's out right now. It continues to get expanded. I personally loved it. Maybe you'll ask some critics on Twitter who say that this is for middle America, which then just makes you go, okay, critic, are you high America? Because I'm pretty sure you're not low. That's interesting to say. I enjoyed this movie. It's not the best movie, now that I've rewatched it again, but the first time that I saw it, I said I had a personal connection to it, which I'm not sure if everyone else will, but having a little sister with Down syndrome, seeing this movie in a specific scene that happens at a beach between Shia LaBeouf's character and Zach, the actor Zach, who plays this man who has, like, his family just pretty much abandoned him because he has Down syndrome. He's living in a home, but he's like, nah, I want to be a wrestler. But everyone always treats him like, you know, not even a kid with Down syndrome. They just treat him like a Down syndrome kid. Like, there's just no respect for this kid. And there's this specific speech that's given in the middle that kind of was like for LaBeouf to himself, but also was to, you know, this guy who has special needs, and everybody else was kind of putting him down because of it. I personally enjoyed the movie a lot. I personally think this is adding to the Laboufissants, which I want to put the TM, I want to put the incorporated on that word right now. It's kind of like the what do we have a couple years ago? Who was it? The Matthew McConaughey, I forgot what it was called. McConaissance? Mahanaissance? The Matthew McConaughey songs, whatever that one was called, we had that little bit. I'm even more excited for this one right here, with Honey Boy, with Peanut Butter Falcon, and with the other stuff that he has in the works. So we got Good Boys, we got Nightingale, we got Amazing Johnathan Documentary, and we got one that I actually have made a video on already. Let me see. Blinded by the Light. Let's see. Can we all spam spoof in the chat? Where is the cartoon? Let me read some of the stuff over here. Check the camera. I know. I'm sorry. Livestream is glitchy. I apologize. I look like I'm in stop motion. Yeah. Some of you guys always question who don't know that I'm not a cartoon. Boom. There you go. I'm a live action stop motion. Even better. But Blinded by the Light is another one. We did make a video on this one. Once it pops out on your screen, hopefully you can see it there. You'll know the poster because it looks like it's a Whataburger ad. I don't know why they picked these colors here. I think there may be an alternate one, but Blinded by the Light was a pretty cute movie. I liked it more than Yesterday. Not as much as Rocket Man, but I think if you're a fan of the two, and if you're a big fan of The Boss, whose music they're allowed to use just completely, you can see as I covered it in the video, I think you'd enjoy the movie. To me, it still felt a little bit like a lyric video, so again, I don't recommend it as much as the movies that I just mentioned, but it's still a pretty good movie if you wanted to see it. I know that it's going wide this week, so check it out. Don't confuse it for a Whataburger ad, but that's out there as well. Another cartoon coming out this week is Angry Birds 2. I actually want to make a video between Angry Birds 2 and, what's the other one that's come out? Secret Life of Pets. They're both decent animations that are out there. Nothing that, like, will blow your mind, but it's just so intriguing to me that this app that, you know, like, kids used to take their parents' phones to play with, now has 2 movies out there, right? And they're not bad. They're okay. They're pretty decent. This one, obviously, as you guys know, stars Olivia Wilde's husband. He voices Red. He was a hero in the last one, and now I guess he's got to become friends with the pigs. That's a movie out in theaters right now. That said, though, I prefer this one way over. Let's see how many more. I got 2 more things to talk about over here before I get into live chat. Angry Birds 2 will prefer it any day over this thing right here. Once you see it, I know I'm glitching a bit. Oh my gosh. Y'all know that I try to be as positive as I positively can, but this thing, 47 meters down, I don't know what I was watching. Sometimes, like, I'm just in the mood of making one of these videos, and, like, while I'm watching the movie, I have never been so deterred from making a video. This stars Jamie Foxx's daughter. It's got Stallone's daughter. It's pretty much a movie with a lot of daughters. First, right off the bat, 47 meters down, uncaged. What is this, the director's cut of the first? No, it should have been called 48 meters down. Like, at no point do they even talk about the meters to begin with, so it has no connection to the first one. The shark looks like the dumbest shark I've ever seen in my life. It's supposed to be a blind shark, which I just feel they did it because of the special effects and they wanted to save money. Then, on top of that, it has they could have salvaged it with the ending, right? They decided to give you a cop-out ending like The Mist and then give you this. Oh, it is just the dumbest thing possible. I would say go watch it if you're a masochist. Other than that, I will be covering that alongside Olympus Has Fallen. Angel Has Fallen. Whoever's falling next week with that new Gerard Butler movie, I'll be covering it then. But 47 meters down, oh my goodness. $7 back. I'll end this one before I get into the live chat over here with Mindhunter. Mindhunter Season 1 was one of my favorite series on Netflix, but on top of that, I have a video on the A to Z show in case you want to watch it, but Mindhunter Season 2 is out. I've yet to watch a bad boy in this thing. I'm going to binge it as soon as I'm off of this live stream over here, but I just wanted to put it on your guys' radar. Watch this bad boy because I want y'all caught up when we do the Let Me Explain on this. They're covering Manson this season. Season 1 was incredible. If this isn't on your radar, you have 2 beautiful seasons to binge watch. Check it out when you can. But like I said, my recommendation so far for this week would be... Let me set this up over here, get over the cam. Good Boys. If you haven't seen Good Boys, highly recommend it. Go check it out. I also recommend... Let me see. Good Boys, Nightingale, Amazing Johnathan Documentary. That's on Hulu. Don't even have to leave your house. Peanut Butter Falcon, Blinded by the Light. A couple of good movies that are out right now. Shout out Chase's shout out to you, man. I will always support this channel no matter what. Best content and movie reviews, period. Appreciate that. Even when our I think we're actually not lagging as much now. I guess I lag more so when I'm on the other one as opposed to this one. This screen, so at least I think we're good. But yeah, those are my recommendations. Something I want to do, since I've done the live streams on Mondays, but on Mondays, as some of you know, that's when we do our Intercut podcast. For those of you who don't know that we have a podcast, we do have a podcast with like 60-something episodes right now. The last one was pretty fun. Go check it out. But we want to record our stuff. I saw someone said Crawl. Watch Crawl over 47 meters down. Oh my God. I went into 47 meters down thinking it was going to be as good as Crawl. Fun as Crawl. Fun. No. But like I said, go check out the Intercut podcast. We're going to be recording those on Mondays. And since I didn't want to do like this live stream where I get to do the one-on-one with you guys with the live chat, we're going to keep doing the Intercut on Mondays. And I'm going to be doing the live streams on Friday. That way, you guys can know my thoughts like I just said for all of these movies, as opposed to having to wait for forever. So I guess before I answer some of the questions on the live chat, for anyone who asks anything, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I'm still working on that video. It was the week that one came out that I realized, I know I'm going to be collecting way more footage, because I was working on the video for it and I had all like everything ready to record it. And then I stumbled upon this interview with Quentin Tarantino. Pardon me. This man really believes that like the characters he creates are real people. There is this thing that I saw about like his IMDb that he created for Leonardo DiCaprio's character in the movie. It's not Cliff Booth. Rick Dalton. He has a Rick Dalton, not only IMDb of the movies he made, and they don't even appear in the movie. He's got Rick Dalton's career. Like, he wrote an entire Wikipedia page that we don't see in the movie for this guy and how he interacts with real actors, even though he's not a real guy. Like, Quentin Tarantino is such a film nerd. I was like, all right, I'm going to have to take a little bit more extra time with this video. But just so you know, That's why I want to do the live streams on Friday to kind of cover those movies. But I guess to wrap up the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood talk, I do like it. I actually ended up liking it a lot more on the second rewatch. So that's my mini review for that. Let me see, answer some questions over here. Oh, another one. See? A perfect example for why I want to do these on Fridays. Have you seen Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark? Yes. For those of you who know Chase, he's helping us edit that video right now, along with, because we had a couple of recommendations for this as well. Do you have, not on the live stream. Your videos are super funny. Have you seen Scary Stories? That's the one we're on. I want to do Scary Stories and Into the Dark, the Hulu series by Blumhouse, where it's like an anthology series. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. Some of you, I'm assuming most of you have, since that's one of our most recommended TV episodes is Culture Shock. So I wanted to combine Scary Stories and Into the Dark into one video, talking about a bunch of scary stuff. But if you haven't seen it, Blumhouse has on Hulu an anthology series. It's like a horror episode, really kind of a minor movie because it's almost 90 minutes per episode, but they release it monthly, and they release it depending on the holiday that it's taking place in. So like October's was Halloween. This month's August was like a back to school one, which was really interesting considering what's going on. But I'm going to be covering both in a video. I did like Scary Stories. I love the effects. They should have made it an anthology series. That's all I'll say. Let's see. Have you written a script yourself? Maybe even a short film you're passionate about? We may, in fact, have a short film that my buddy Tim, who's actually editing it, just sent to me. So I'm actually staring at a copy of it right now. It's an adaptation that we did of Wild Tales, which if you haven't seen, it's an Argentinian film. Highly recommend that movie. But we did, a couple years back, we rented out a plane. And we did an adaptation of this like thriller that takes place on a plane. I'm really excited to release that on the A to Z show. That's one of the things that we're going to try rebranding with the A to Z show, to do like more bigger productions. So yeah, we've written some stuff, and I'm excited to do a lot more things as well. Let's see. Thank you for responding for my crawl comment, for sure. Favorite Tarantino? I think that's what that question said. Sometimes you guys know it just updates, but my favorite Tarantino, I think his best is Inglourious. Favorite is Django and Reservoir. You should do The Shining one day. With the Patreon stuff, I definitely want to take some recommendations over there, do like a little poll thing. And a lot of the classics, mainly a Kubrick one. I want to do something with like, I just cover the directors, all of their works and stuff, and that would be pretty cool. Have you seen the series The Boys? Yes, I have, and it is fantastic. Video coming on that soon. Highly recommended over on Amazon. Can't wait for the Endgame LME. Oh, wait. We're working on it. That's all I'll say. Midsommar. Love that movie. That is Alina. For those of you who know, Alina's my girlfriend. She edits the videos, helps me write them. I record them. She helps me edit them. Takes out any jokes that she doesn't think I should get in trouble for. Not including the Ray J one, which I don't know if y'all saw right there. Yo, some people really took the Ray J joke because Ray J and... it's for the Fast and Furious video. Ray J and Ja Rule. I've always made the joke of like the J and the Ra always getting mixed up. Plus they were on tour together. I was gonna do an Ashanti joke in there. I called Ja Rule Ray J, even though I then can call his name right afterwards correctly, and people got real mad. But for those of you who know, some of y'all know, we leave the bait there, and people bite. That said, Midsommar, we have an intercut episode, and Alina was on it as well. So if you want to see our early thoughts, that's there. There is a 3-hour cut happening tomorrow in New York. I'm waiting to hear some of the extras before I make that video. You guys know I don't really care to be the first explained video now that Explained has become the new. Yo, I saw Men's Health magazine was doing ending explained videos. What? I don't care to be the first. I just care to be the best when you watch. So that one will be coming in a little bit. Updated again. Kind of looks like Cub Scouts. Thank you. Hey, dude, I've been catching from finally kind of live stream. Hey, appreciate that. Bro, say listen, please. On the next one. AMC A-List, definitely worth it. I do highly recommend that. And like I said, if you guys missed one of the videos that we did covering the Fall Film Fest, I actually do want to talk about the Regal one, just testing it out a bit. Your girlfriend is Alina with an N. Spelled very similar, but with an N, not Alita. Not she'd be getting spammed all over the place. Big up to you from Casablanca, Morocco. Wow, I always love when we get shoutouts from like places I haven't even been to yet. La Familia Peluche, LME, bro. Yeah, one day I'll be covering all that stuff. Paquita la de Barrio and everything. How's the Regal Unlimited been for you? We haven't tested it out fully yet because we've been going to a lot of other screenings, but when it comes to us traveling, which we're going to be doing a lot in September, boy, that thing's gonna, because I know in Toronto they have a Regal there, so I'm gonna be using that. I think they have a Regal there. The OA, yay or nay? I'm gonna say yay. Sad that it's canceled. I will be making a video on it soon once we catch up on the 207 things that we have. Boys, recommend. Miss the live stream so much. I appreciate that. That's why I want to do them on Fridays. Your voice is like ASMR. Appreciate that. Favorite director? I'm gonna mention the one working today, Denis Villeneuve. I don't even have to 100% Denis Villeneuve. I get a lot of people who always say, oh, you only like this movie because Denis did it. And that's your favorite director. And I'm like, yeah, wouldn't your favorite director be the one who's making your favorite movies? Let's see. You should watch The Boys. Man, I really got to get to this Boys video. Yo, really excited for it. Shout out from Indonesia. 4:45 and y'all up? Appreciate that. Once Upon a Time, mentioned a little bit earlier. Did like it. Then Came You. It sounds very familiar. I'll have to check it out. Nice to see Regal's doing pretty good. I like that because I had a couple buddies. For those of you who know Fernando, our boy who he's on the Intricate podcast a lot. He doesn't have an AMC next to him, so the Regal thing was huge for him. So I'm glad that like more theaters are opening that stuff up because there's not gonna be AMCs everywhere either. I found you last summer after I got in a fight with all of my friends and had nothing left. My dream is to be a director, and you honestly have inspired me to get into films. I can't thank you enough. Sorry for laughing at that, but I appreciate that, dude. That's one of the like coolest things. I've met people. Oh, Border Logic. Sorry about that. I'm gonna say what you say right now. Border Logic. Regal Unlimited is fire. That's Fernando. Border Logic. Anyways. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm glad for that. I appreciate that. Maybe one day I'll make a video of like the DMs that I've gotten. Most of them are telling me to kill myself because they didn't like my opinion. But a lot of them are like deeper than this, but I appreciate this. Some of you guys know my story has always been like I wanted to work at a Blockbuster back in the day and be the guy who recommended movies. And while Blockbusters closed down, I found a way to still do it, and at an even bigger like way. So that's dope. Appreciate that. Have you reviewed Midsommar? Not yet. Favorite Hitchcock film? That's a good one. I want to say Vertigo only because I studied it so much. So like by default, because of film school, by default, I know more about it. So I'm more attached to it. Let's see. Do you see all these movies in theater or check some out through torrent? Everything that's in theater, I watch it there. I use AMC A-List. I use Regal. I pay out of pocket. Like Music Box. That's in Chicago. A lot of the indie stuff, the ArcLight, I'm blinking on the other one, but my Chicago fans will know. It's not the ArcLight. There's another one over there that plays very independent movies. I'm blanking on it. It's on Clark Street. Yeah, we spend a lot of money, but we're blessed to be able to do this, and then traveling to film festivals and stuff. So I get a mixture of a lot of them, and then a lot of the stuff are on VOD. I do, like, when I'm editing stuff, I rip some things off of trailers or whatever, but a lot of the stuff, which you'll see, I have a video coming out when it comes to copyright, we are given to us for press, and they still ding us, and they'll be making all the money off the video, claiming that we're plagiarizing their movie, even though they're not blocking our video. They're still letting it be live and accumulate millions of views, so they're making money. And the part that pisses me off the most is when these studios, we get messages from directors and producers, but I don't really care to flex all this stuff because that's not what I do it for. I do it to make videos to entertain you guys and to enlighten you guys on new movies. But like, we'll get messages from directors or writers or actors or producers, and then the studio will still block our video. It's just the funniest thing, Or like the studio will retweet the video because they like that it's promotion, but they ain't paying your boy to do the promo. And they'll still take all the money from it. There's a whole video to be made there, but I appreciate you guys watching. And yeah, we try to watch as many movies as possible, and we don't, even when we go see a movie in festivals where like the press allows us to cover it, we still go watch it because we do realize like, how can I complain about Booksmart not making money if I saw it for free and never actually gave money to it? So yeah, it's like you can go see it again. I feel like a lot of critics don't do that, but they like complaining at people who have families and real jobs who don't watch movies for a living. And it's like, that's why I think there's a really big disconnect with critics and not like the regular people. That's one of the reasons why I switched over a lot of the stuff from A to Z to LME. Maybe you guys have heard this already before because I've mentioned it a lot, but yeah, there's that. The Lion King LME was lit. I appreciate that. I've gotten so many messages because of that one, and it makes everything worth it too. Have you Netflix's greatest show, Naked Director? I think you're talking about Naked, which is the Marlon Wayans one, which he actually has another one out right now as well. I haven't seen that one. I may watch both of them together because I have this video about the goofiest movies on Netflix. The goofiest ones. Let me see some stuff that's here. Hope you're having a great day. Appreciate that. Hope you're having a good one too. I am. What movie would you recommend for people to watch? Just wondering. Right now, comfort of your own home, go on Hulu, watch Amazing Johnathan Documentary. It Chapter 2 in theaters September. You're one of my favorite YouTubers. Appreciate that, Javi. Let me see how many of these I can get. Favorite opening scene. Ooh, right off the bat, I'm going to say Children of Men. You have seen Dark. You have to watch Money Heist. I know I have to watch Money Heist. Trust me. You guys let me know. Mindhunter. Can't wait to binge it. Love your videos. What's your opinion on Dora the Explorer film? That's going to be live on Patreon tonight. It's going to be up on Sunday. I thought it was hysterical. What about the deal of Fox? If you're talking about the Disney Fox deal, we have a whole video on that as well. I'm not opposed to it as many other people are. I think we're all going to get over it within a couple of years. Just saying. Shout out from England. What are your thoughts on Interstellar? So between Interstellar and Dunkirk, I was able to see one in 70mm and not the other. I didn't get to see Dunkirk. So I've never really been able to fully judge Dunkirk because I didn't see it the way Nolan intended it to. Might as well have seen it on my phone. But I do like Interstellar. I do think there's a lot of exposition there, and I think it does add a lot to the discussion that Nolan likes to put, explain too many things for you instead of trusting you as much as Denis Villeneuve would, I would say. But I do enjoy it. I would say it's right in the middle of my Nolan favorites. I didn't know you were Mexican. I just found out right now, Luciano. So, that one. Hey, King. Appreciate you, Hector. Mindhunter this past weekend. Now I started season 2. Sick. How old are you? I'm in my 20s, but every year it changes. Any chance we'll get an LME on Good Omens? Yes, most definitely. Along with, I think I said, The Good Place. I'm combining those together. Have you checked out Cinema Scene Channel? I have not. What do you think about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? I enjoyed it. Have you watched Inception? Yes, and I will be doing a video on a bunch of the Nolan stuff. Alina excited for a new Psych movie, and have you started Avatar yet? If you're talking about Psych the movie, then yes. I have never seen Psych. For those of you who know, my show is Lost. Her show is Psych. I don't own Lost on DVD. She owns Psych like in 2 different copies. She knows what's up, and I'm realizing like, one of these days if the internet disappears, I don't have my favorite show. She has hers. We've been watching it, and she is so excited for the movie. She is also really excited for Veronica Mars, which they themselves leaked early, but none of the episodes are available, so we haven't been able to make a video on that. But after we finish Veronica Mars and after we finish Psych, Avatar is like her second favorite show. And I know the fan base for that is crazy. And I've been seeing so many people in like their mid-20s discovering it going, how have I missed this? The show isn't for kids. This show is for grown-ups. And I'm like, okay. We bought it on Blu-ray. We bought Legend of Korra on Blu-ray. And I'm excited to make that video. What else we got? Have you seen Black Lady Sketch Show? I have not. That's on HBO, though. I was watching Insecure the other day, and that trailer played. I was like, this sounds like the goofiest thing. I'm excited to watch it. Hi from Honolulu. Shout out to you. Again, apologies if it updates. The YouTube chat does that. Did you see Scary Stories? Yep. Like I said, we're going to be making a video on it. I've listened to a few of your Intercut podcasts, and I'd like you to invest in a sound editor. Please. You made me jump a few times while I was driving because you got too close to the mic. Yeah, I do. That's like one of the things that I have here is that there's a difference between, and this isn't one of the best mics. It's just the most convenient mic with the Blue Yeti. If it's on my end, I have to fix that. But if it's somebody else, let me know, and then we'll fix that as well. Shout out from Cameroon? I don't even know where that's at, but shout out to you. I like your videos, and I'm Mexican too. Shout out to you. Could you please review Passengers? I did. If you head on over to the A to Z show, it's actually one of our most viewed vids over there. Just subbed. Thank you very much. Favorite moment in a Christopher Nolan movie? And get on the psych train. Well, it must be back. What should I watch? Christopher Nolan movie. I would say my favorite. Oh, only because I quote it the most. And it's coming up in a couple of videos. In Batman Begins, where Alfred and Bruce are having a talk, and he goes, "Why do we fall, Mr. Wayne?" I'm hoping y'all know the answer to that one. That's one of my favorite scenes. Will you be doing his Dark Materials when it comes out? Yes, but I heard it got canceled. Like, I heard they just scrapped it. I'm from Seattle. Yo, shout out Seattle. I want to go visit there again. I was there at the beginning of the year. Gorgeous. Portland's also cool, but Seattle's beautiful. I'm a big fan of the rain. I know Seattleans, if that's what you call yourselves, are always like iffy about people going, I don't want to go over there because it rains. I thought it was beautiful. Shout out from Iran as well. Man, y'all all over the place. Did you see Hobbs and Shaw? Yes, we do have that video coming out as a part 2 to our Fast and Furious video. Have you watched Legion? First season right now. That show is trippy. I have heard people say that it isn't one of your favorite shows of the year. Once you finish Legion, it's supposed to be one of your favorite shows of all time. So I'm trying to finish all of the other work that we have so I can sit down and really, really get into that one, as well as The Leftovers, which, believe it or not, I have yet to finish. Have you seen Euphoria? Have I seen Euphoria? For those of you who haven't seen the podcast, I know I got my Ray J joke there, but Euphoria is a must watch. For those of you who don't follow on Twitter, go follow us on Twitter. We have LME Explain, and also the A to Z Show to go check out. We do try to update as much stuff there, but yo, Euphoria is crazy. All right, let's see what else we got over here. Do you watch Mad Men? I haven't. My girlfriend Alina did. She really enjoyed the show. Again, it's so long. That's going to be one of those moments where I got to be trapped in an island or something to finish watching it. Not that I'm against it. It's just, like, what is that? A week's worth, no break? Like, you can't even poop? There's too many movies coming out right now. It's really hard to balance everything that comes out. Shout out from New Zealand. What is it? Weta? I know I said it wrong, but y'all mad talented over there. And your coffee? Oh my gosh. Visit New Zealand by next year at least. Oh my gosh. Wait a minute. You're not actually a cartoon? I apologize. I'm a liar. I know it's a hard question, but if you had to only watch one movie for the rest of your life, what would it? Space Jam. Have you seen Harry Potter? Have I seen it? I got that bad boy in Blu-ray. I wasn't allowed to watch Harry Potter growing up, but I recently got into it. I can't wait to buy the 4K, and I can't wait to really get it. I visited Universal Studios. I was there drinking butterbeer. I was at Hogsmeade. I didn't even know what it meant. People were so mad at me, but that franchise, I get it. I get the franchise for sure, and I do want to make a video on it. Have you ever taken interest in anime? I'm going to give a little shout out right now. For those of you who want me to cover anime, go check out my buddy Zach. He's helping me revamp some of the stuff, not only with our Facebook page to upload a lot of the stuff over there, because Facebook and their video stuff, it's been growing over there. So I figured, all right, we host our stuff on YouTube. Let's host some stuff over there on Facebook. He's helping me with that stuff. He's also helping me with the Hear Me Out videos. For those of you who don't know, that's our music channel. We have some videos there, a couple videos, but we want to revamp that to kind of make like a Let Me Explain, but for music, breaking down like bars and a bunch of the albums that I listen to. But he has his own anime channel, and I know a lot of you guys are always asking me to watch animes. His channel is called WUW, which is short for What's Up With. Just search up WUW. He's covered a couple anime stuff. If you want me to cover anime, go check out some of his stuff. Tell him Let Me Explain sent you. And we are actually working on a LME anime video covering 5 really popular animes. I'm not going to say what they are. I'm going to be watching the pilots to each and then comparing them just off the pilots. And then we do want to do some stuff over there on WUW, since he's pretty much made that like his anime like central hub stuff. And since he watches way more anime, definitely go check out his stuff. But I'm always taking recommendations, even though that list right now is like, boom, it's huge as possible. My thing with anime is I'm scared to get into it because I feel like I'm really going to get too invested into it and then I am screwed, you know? Like, think about it. If you watch anime, chances are you're probably not watching all of the movies or other TV shows because you're so invested in anime, right? Like, I used to be so invested in sports, but the more I got invested in movies, the less I started. It's, you know, you got to like balance the stuff out. And I know if I get into that anime rabbit hole, I may not come back. Why can't I find the director you're talking about? What's a movie he directed? I think if I'm talking about Denis Villeneuve, he directed Prisoners, Blade Runner. He's got Dune coming out. You know my boy. I'm pronouncing it in his French, because I think he's from Quebec. I'm not sure where he's from, but it's Denis Villeneuve. And Enemy, which I love. I'm a bit of a wuss when it comes to watching horror films, but I love the horror genre. So glad there are people like you who review horror films that I'm too scared to see. That's one of the things there was a horror movie, I won't mention what it is, where they like promoted our video because it actually pushed a lot of people who were watching it. Because I get a lot of dozens upon dozens of people saying, I can't handle this much gore. Is there too much gore in it? I want to see a slasher film, but I hate all of the sex that's in it, and that's fine. Some people who don't like ghosts, who don't like dealing with demons, who don't like brujeria, witchcraft, and a lot of these videos help them out, kind of let them know what it is, because, again, y'all know that a lot of my Let Me Explains, it's just using the trailers. The studio themselves have already given you the whole movie on the trailers. That's why I don't like watching the trailers. So I love that I'm able to, like, be kind of, not a conduit, but like a middleman to be like, a common sense media type of thing, and where people know what they're getting themselves into, because you're paying $12 per movie. You kind of want to know, right? That's why they release the trailers the way they do. They know that people want to know what they're getting themselves into, as opposed to a lot of film fans who do want to go in blank. But again, horror studios sometimes love promoting, and they will like and retweet all the people who go, because of the A to Z show, Let Me Explain, I saw this movie, and then still want to block the video. I'll say that, but I appreciate that. Thank you. Let Me Explain Psycho one day. Breaking Bad, oh man, that's got to be a big video. But yeah, there's so many like big videos I can't wait to work on. It's just not enough time in a day. In your opinion, what is your favorite movie of all time? The movie which is better than perfect? I get these questions asked all the time. I will always say Space Jam. Love watching your videos, and hello from Greenland. Oh my God. What I need to do, this happened a lot while we were doing our, for those of you who know, if you follow us on Instagram, we traveled all of America from every corner, from Seattle. So I was just mentioning, to San Diego, to Florida, we didn't get to Maine, but Boston. Every place that we went to has this little map where they put pins on it. That may be something I want to do on the live chat. Like every time I get a shout out from someone, to like put your thing there on the map of like every LME listener, viewer from across the globe. Greenland? It's okay, I didn't watch Mindhunter until now either. LME, Ponyo. Ponyo's okay. It's okay. Why did you remove BTS from your ATZ playlist? I was just updating it, but if I'm not mistaken, BTS has a song in the Euphoria soundtrack that's titled Euphoria, and that's a banger. Or I don't know if it's just on there, because BTS fans are like the strongest fans out there. My girlfriend went with her little sister to go see a BTS concert. My girlfriend came back a fan. I was like, what? You didn't even know their music? She's like, you don't even understand. These guys are, their choreography. I was like, am I losing you to a K-pop fan? Oh my gosh. Ooh, what else we got? 13 Reasons Why Season 3 trailer. I only saw snippets of it. Y'all know I think it's goofy, but I'm going to cover it. Shout out to the PMI boys. They're going on tour. Check them out. I can't remember when they're going to be here in Chicago. I met up with them in South by, and I know they're doing their 13 cities wide where they're going to be watching the shows. It depends when it is. I might go to it, meet up with some of you guys as well. And those guys are hilarious. So if you haven't checked out their channel, go check them out. Did you see Denny Villeneuve's Incendies? Have I seen Denny? Who is this person right here? Dragon King Echnologia? I'm going to pretend you didn't just disrespect me like that. Have I seen Incendies? Everyone should watch Incendies. It's dope. Top 3 fave genres. Thrillers, mysteries, thrillers. What about the Mr. Rogers Tom Hanks movie, Catching It at TIFF? Oh, man, if you saw my thoughts on the Mr. Rogers one, which we do have a LME on, the doc that came out last year. So excited. Hello from Austin. Oh, my. Austin, Texas, I take it. Dude, have you eaten at Terry Black's? I'm in Chicago, so we got like 2 places that serve beef ribs like that. I miss Austin and their food so much. Can you do an LME on every single Tarantino movie? I do want to. And maybe one day. Where are we? Amazon The Boys. See, again, I do definitely got to make a video on that one. Have you ever been to England? If not, will you ever go and visit? Almost went this year for the BFI London Film Festival. Almost. I don't know if I'm still glitching. If you're just joining in, know that I'm aware it's been glitching. I got to fix that for the next one. But I wanted to go for the film festival that they have over there. Maybe next year. I just got to remember that to you guys, cookies are biscuits, and to us, biscuits are cookies. And I'm a coffee person, so I don't know how I'm going to deal with the tea. Greetings from Egypt. Oh, my gosh. I really do got to get this map. Euphoria's from Jungkook from BTS. Oh, okay. But I don't know if it's from the playlist or not. Definitely watch The Boys. Boop, 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 boop. I watched the Honey Boy trailer way too many times. It's so good. Wait till you watch the movie. I feel like that's going to be a movie that when I watch it again, I'm going to love it even more. Is there a Spider-Man spoiler version? Yes, there is. We have one more movie to watch, which is The Amazing Spider-Man 2. And then we're going to go through all the behind the scenes, which for those of you who don't know, usually what we do, and I may make a 4K thing. I've never collected DVDs that much. Or I did collect DVDs a little bit, and then Blu-rays came out, and I was like, should I even be collecting Blu-rays or DVDs? And then when Blu-rays came out, I didn't think that the quality was as good as what I was watching in theaters. And then on top of that, streaming became a thing, and the streaming was the same quality as the Blu-rays, especially when you can download a VOD. So I was like, I travel so much, why am I going to get this whole big collection and then not? Then I got my own place. For those of you who don't know, there's our own office now that we got. So I have this whole collection of 4Ks. 4Ks I do collect. If you follow us on Instagram, we bought every single 4K collection of Spider-Man 1, 2, 3, Spider-Man 1, 2, Homecoming, and Into the Spider-Verse, which you guys, Into the Spider-Verse fans will argue to the death that that's the best Spider-Man movie. We've watched all of them except Amazing Spider-Man 2, but then we love going through all the behind the scenes. Because if you saw our Fast and Furious video, that's where we get all of our research from, and that's where we got the flappy ear bit, which I've been laughing at every person saying, because at the outro I mentioned one of the funniest Easter eggs, not really an Easter egg, but a little behind the scenes thing that they did, dealing with Tyrese's ear, if you've seen it. It's so goofy. Like, Tyrese is the goofiest person on there, and I'm gonna go in on him when it comes to the Hobbs and Shaw one. Hello from Michigan. What are y'all? 6 hours from Chicago. Shout out to you guys. What is your favorite LME you made? Ooh, there's a lot. I'm really proud of the Let Me Explain, the Lion King one that we did recently, but some of my favorites, if I were to pull them up right now, right off the bat. That was an A to Z one, but let me see. Forget which videos we made too. Let me answer another one while I search this one up. Thank you for noticing. I appreciate you. Thoughts on Big Little Lies? Gotta finish season 2. Can you please review iZombie? I haven't caught it yet, but I'll add it to the list. When the live-action Avatar TV show comes out, you have no more excuses. I know. What's your thoughts on the French film Amélie? Very cute. It's adorable. It's one of the most beautiful-looking films. Do you hate Muslims? Because most of the horror movies disagreeing with Islam. Nope, that has absolutely nothing to do with me. Also, I haven't seen any horror movies that have included Muslims, but I have seen several Middle Eastern great horror films. So, yeah. Have you watched Jane the Virgin? My girlfriend does. She enjoys it. Can you please review Crazy Ex-Girlfriend? My girlfriend has seen it. She enjoys it a lot more than I do. I do love the Nipsey scene. I remember I got into it because I was like, Nipsey's in this? What is he? And I remember seeing that bit, and I was like, that's interesting. I could see Nipsey being an actor. Rest in peace. What do you think about Parasite? The trailer just came out, catching it at TIFF. I know everyone's been sending me... Yo, y'all are crazy, and you're going to get me in trouble as well. I appreciate you sending me the links for the torrent, but don't get me in trouble. I'll wait till TIFF. I can wait till TIFF. I'll be patient. But I am super excited for it. Have you seen Mr. Robot? Best show on TV right now. Huge fan of the first season. Got really caught up in other stuff. But once the next season ends, I want to make an entire Let Me Explain on it. Incredible show. Should have won awards for that and not some other stuff. Can Milwaukee get a shout out? I don't know. The Brewers? I'm a Cubs fan. Gonna have to put that one on the holster for a little bit. Is Into the Spider-Verse supposed to be... Y'all have good beer, though. Is Into the Spider-Verse supposed to be in 3D? Because when I watched it, there was one bit where it seemed 3D. No, that's just the animation style to it, and I think it's gorgeous. I do have a Into the Spider-Verse video that we got sponsored by Kellogg's. That's one of my favorite sponsorships right there. Like, what the heck? I think it's Kellogg's. I really hope it's Kellogg's. If not, I'm shouting a different sponsor. Bro, we got Sans cereal. Growing up as a kid watching Spider-Man, to then be paid to make a Spider-Man video, and the cereal company sends you cereal, like, what? I mentioned that in that video, the Spider-Verse video, but with the Spider-Man video, I get to talk about Spider-Verse again. So one of the stuff I didn't really get into that much because there wasn't much footage out when I covered it was all of the behind the scenes and the animation, which I am a huge fan of. Dark LME, yeah. Yo, I'm in the middle of working on the Dark LME, and I feel like I need a Dark LME to finish the Dark LME because that's so confusing. Dark Crystal, we'll be getting up on that. Is the series out yet? I don't think the series is out yet on Netflix, but that's one where I'm trying to time it to it as well, trying to keep up. What's your Instagram? At the A to Z Show. Have you seen any Filipino movies? Dozens, but if you have a one to recommend, definitely tweet me about it. What do you think about Dr. Sleep? I haven't seen the trailer yet. I'm halvesies with it. I did like The Haunting of Hill House, and I'm blanking on the director's name at the moment. Michael's Daughtry? Maybe I'm mistaken. But I'm not a fan of Hush. I'm a bigger fan of him doing TV stuff so far than him doing movies. But the best part that he does in movies is that his effects work is incredible, and I do love his cinematography. Sometimes the story I feel drags a little bit, and I feel there's gonna be a lot of hype considering this is a sequel to The Shining. Have you watched Legion? Mentioned a little bit earlier. I'm in season 1. Are you going to make a video about it chapter 2? Most def. Tilda Swinton is the best. Easily. I always... If I was in a debate between Tilda Swinton and, let's say, Kate Blanchett, Tilda Swinton, 10 out of 10 times almost. Let's see. Are you excited for Searching 2? Yeah, I tweeted about that bad boy. Super excited. Have you watched Outlander? Incredible acting, set design, and wardrobes. I have not yet. How did you get to see Far From Home early? Sony screenings are technically the only ones that we get stuff for here in Chicago, believe it or not. We get approved for Toronto, Sundance. We got approved for New York recently, which I'm excited. Now I'm officially going to New York for the, film festival. But in Chicago, unless it's through Sony, I usually don't get screenings, so that's how I got it. But I do recommend, if you haven't seen our Fall Film Festival's video, you can get early screenings too. You just got to be really quick with it. Advancedscreenings.com. Anyone watching live right now, advancedscreenings.com. Find your city and see if you can get a heads up on some stuff. Can Queens, New York get a shout out, bro? Do you think Kevin Durant will play this year? Kevin Durant is not. I'm be surprised if Kevin Durant if they even have him sitting on the bench for a little bit. Queens, New York. Queens, New York always gets a shout out. It's Queens, New York. Y'all super popular. Have you seen Dragged Across Concrete? I have not, but that's one of those VOD films where I'm really excited. Some people hype it up as being like, this movie ain't bad, this movie's a masterpiece, and then other people have seen it as so bad it's good. It's like all over the place. Those are my favorite movies. When someone's like universally praising someone or everyone's like hating on something, I'm like, okay. But when there's such a mixed reaction, sometimes it's a movie like Climax, and I'm like, oh, I'm not on that side. Suspiria, I'm not on that side. But I still enjoy the balls those movies had, and this seems to be like another one of those, so I do want to catch it at one point. Suspiria, just talked about it. What do you think about Hellboy? So goofy. I have a whole video. I don't know when the VOD for that comes out, but once it does, and I'm able to get a copy of the movie, the movie's so goofy. It's like a Zack Snyder fan who, not even a Zack Snyder fan, because I don't have anything, I'm a Zack Snyder fan, released the Snyder Cut fans. That it felt like a movie catered to them. I'll say that. Apologies if you're a Snyder. I do like BVS, so don't hate me for that. The release the Snyder Cut people, y'all are something. Hello from Ireland. We got Greenland, now we got Ireland. Let's see, let me wrap this up. Wrap it up in 10 minutes. So let's see how much more we can get. Hello from Ireland. Kate Blanchett is the best. Are you going to review Scary Stories? Yep, talked about that earlier. Mindhunter, best Netflix show. Woo! I don't know where that one went, but shout out over here to Popcorn Battery 38, giving us $1, not even saying anything. So shout out to you. What did I miss? Do your videos tend to get copyright? Man, yeah, I was just mentioning that earlier, and we actually have a whole video about it. I wanted to re-edit the video, but I may put the unlisted version over on Patreon, so you can see what I'm really talking about. And you know what? I'll even put it unlisted, so you don't even have to be a patron. Just go over there, dilly day. You don't have to give, but I'll probably have it unlisted over there for you guys to check out to see what. Bro, it's some dumb stuff, man. Would really like one of my favorite YouTubers to earn money and not get demonetized. Shout out from Malaysia. Shout out to you. But yeah, I did a whole rant. Like, I just turned on the mic and ranted on it. Alina's almost done editing that video. She'll probably upload it. We'll probably try to upload it tonight, if not tomorrow. I don't want to release it publicly because I do feel we have enough viewers and we have a responsibility to like make sure that like the video that I'm releasing doesn't. Some of it needs to be trimmed back because it was more of a rant, but some of this stuff is just, it's really dumb, dude. Like, to copyright my video, make money off of it, and then still use it as promotion. Like, imagine that. Imagine someone made a commercial for somebody, right? And I'm not in the business of making commercials. I'm releasing my thoughts. And some people like that it's like, wow, you really like this movie, but then you outed something that we don't want you to talk about. I was like, okay, I don't work for you. I'm going to talk about what I believe viewers should know about the movie, and they'll use the videos to promote their movie, and they'll like the tweets when you guys say, I only watched this movie because of your video. They'll love all that, but then they'll also take our money from it. So it turns out we're spending a lot of hours, and you guys know, we watched the movie, once twice, sometimes 3 times. That doesn't include all the times we scrub through the footage that is legally given to us. Then that doesn't include all of the extra stuff that we do with reading the script, with watching hours upon hours of interviews, and then putting this video together that clearly is a video essay, that clearly is better than the behind the scenes you're going to give people when you charge them $25 to buy your movie. You use it to promote because you like the video that we made, and then you accuse us of stealing your movie and uploading it. Your movie's 2 hours. Our videos are 15 minutes. Yeah, that's my little rant right there for the live stream. I have the video up there. It's annoying sometimes. How do you feel about DC Universe shows? I have yet to see one, but Titan, Swamp Thing. I want to do a video for all of them as a collective. Have you seen Escape at Dannemora? Not yet. When are you doing a Last Airbender video? Before the live action series comes out. Favorite movie genre? As I always say, thrillers. What movie are you most excited for in Marvel Phase 4? Mine is Doctor Strange 2. Mine is Thor. I just put a community post about that. We actually have a whole video on Intercut. Definitely go check it out. Our secret, what we believe is the secret to Phase 4, but also, as you guys know, what makes every single person who's complaining about Marvel having 3 movies that are superhero movies, and people are up in arms because there's 3 superhero movies and 1,500 other movies released. I don't get why people overly complain about superhero movies. Y'all sound like the people who complain about Westerns. As I said in my Lion King video, that's what y'all sound like. The people who thought, oh, the industry's over. Yeah, I really bet it was. What movie are you most excited? I live in Chicago, 2 in Little Village. Shout out to the Chicagoans. Have you seen the Banana Splits movie? Banana Splits movie. I didn't even know that was a thing. Am I an abomination because you aren't hyped? Yeah, Beck. Yeah, I'm surprised you even had the audacity to put that there. Thanks for the screening tip, for sure. That's what I'm here for. Have you seen any Nollywood movies? I don't think I have. Miami, get a shout out. Of course, shout out Miami. Y'all, just be safe in Miami, all right? That's all I'll say. Have you seen the trailer for Little Women? Not yet, but I am excited for it. Are you reviewing Midsommar? This is the 5th one I've been asked here, so I got to get to it. Can you do an LME of cancel movies in comparison of It and the remake to It? Yes, for the It one. And I do actually have a little bit of a script, just writing down some of the stuff that really got canceled that I hate, because I wanted to see more of it. Obviously, the 2 right off the bat, American Vandal, another one on Netflix, Friends from College. I hate that they canceled it. Let's see. 6 more minutes on this as we wrap up the hour. Ooh, where'd I go? I want to start reviewing movies. Any advice? For you at this moment is what I always give. And I feel like a lot of people, when they ask for advice, I'm not saying this is you, a lot of people aren't really asking for advice. They're usually asking for a shout out or what like the easy way to it is. There's no easy way. If you're watching Let Me Explain Now and you're like, whoa, that's really cool, I want to do that. It's a blessing to us. This took 6 years to get there. To some people, it's like, oh, overnight, this guy just talks about movies. No, it took 6 years. And if you guys know how much work we put into the videos, I love that they seem effortless. We always get people. Shout out our editor, Zach. Not Zach who does the podcast with us, but Zach who I said, go check out his anime stuff. I remember when he first started editing some of the videos, and he was like, this is the easiest thing. You just talk over stuff. Yeah, he came back 2 days later going, yeah, I'm still at the listen part. It's a little bit more difficult than you think. Instead of just talking over a poster or footage that gets copyrighted, we try so hard to get it over, to be able to it not get completely blocked. Many times we let the videos go up. Even if we're not making money off of it, I still want you guys to see it. We still build a fan base. Worst case scenario. But for you, if you're starting up on YouTube, especially right now where everybody's doing stuff, I would highly recommend 2 things. Stay away from the reviewing game. I think that there's, I'm not going to say jump on the explain game like everybody else has also, but I think that if you can find your voice of what you want to do, everyone's doing reviews, so yours is going to get lost in the bunch, you know? The only way it won't get lost in the bunch is if you're reviewing the movie early. So what I would highly recommend is get on those Thursday showings. Get yourself AMC A-list to not, to save yourself money, but try to have your turnover rate of when you watch the movie, when you release it, be as early as possible, because as you're starting off, what you need to do is attract an audience, and no one's going to find your channel unless you're like the first one to review Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and then it's like, boom, all right, that's how they got to you. And then you want to pitch them with your style. Don't try to, if you watch my early videos on the A to Z show, you can see I tried being the nerd writer so bad. Like, what? And I keep those videos up as inspiration for that. Know that at first, you're going to try to record it, and you're going to come off as like, that's not the voice I want. People will stay for you. 2 things. Attract people with your titles, with your thumbnails. to get them in, right? Try to cover don't cover Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban in 2019 unless you got a really good video essay for it, right? You're going to be complaining like, why did no one see this video? Because it's 2019. Try to cover the movies. You want to play that game of covering the movies as fast as possible. Maybe you'll get lucky and you do older movies, you know. Shout out Nick from 24 Frames of Nick. His thing is covering the oldest movies because he's going from that nostalgia angle, you know. High Top Films, another buddy of mine. He's got the superhero angle, right? You just want to be able to pitch yourself in a certain way for people to find you, right? Because if you do another review for Spider-Man, the newest one, there's 10,000s of those out there, you know? What's your best way to pitch that out there? Then people will find your video. But then it's all up to you for people to want to subscribe and stay, which is what I feel we've built here. So, yeah, that's part of the advice I would give. Another one, secret, your tags, dude. Yo, and dudettes. Fix your tags in your description. What I was saying, if you're going to do Spider-Man don't just put Spider-Man Homecoming in the title. Put it in the description. Y'all see how I put the IMDb post in there? Put that in there because when people are searching stuff up, you want to work with the algorithm. So when you're putting stuff in your tags, that helps a lot. Have I seen channels 3 times our size use our Let Me Explain in Minutes and the A to Z show in tags? Maybe, but I would say make sure you put it in the tags, trailer, clip, reaction, all of the stuff that you need there so that you do show up on the first page. You know, work with that stuff. That's my secret. I'll leave it out there. Don't abuse it too much because YouTube will also catch it, but know how to market yourself is the best thing that I feel a lot of people aren't given when it comes to reviews. And that's why a lot of people will do like a why it sucks to get attention, even when they don't hate something as much, or overpraise something when they don't want to. Just be yourself. I think that's what we've been able to do with Let Me Explain. And it just takes time. I hate seeing people start up a channel for like 3 months and then quit. It took us 6 years, but it's worth it. Have you considered to make videos on the A to Z show again? They were cool. Technically, they're already on here as the person who's made them both. The only difference is I don't show my face. There's a couple more jokes over here, but I've been wanting to put everything on Let Me Explain when it comes to movies. That way it's all there in one. Because when I was doing them separately, I got a video made on me calling me out. That was pretty stupid because they had to cut out things from my video in order to do their perspective. And to this day, I still get people who find me in the DMs and tell me to go kill myself because I'm an anti-intellectual. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Maybe one day I'll make a video on that because that stuff never stops. But for the A to Z show, one of the things that I want to do with it is make it more production-based. So I talked about a short film that we're working on. That'll be the stuff that's going out there. Or stuff that's kind of like the Lion King video that was almost like a mini documentary of the Lion King, but a little bit bigger. It's kind of like, not so much a video essay, but there was this documentary that was turned into South by that we caught this year, and it was about romantic comedies. And I found it really interesting because it felt like an hour-long video essay because it was talking about romantic comedies, but it was actually a movie. That's what I would love to post to the A to Z show when we do bring it back. Let's see. Can you shout out Kuwait? Oh my gosh. I would run out of pins if this is what we were doing right now. Let's see what else we got. As I wrap it up over here. Last minute, I'm going to answer these super quick. I appreciate you guys for being on the live stream. You guys are the best. Let me see as I wrap this up over here. Have you considered going on tour? Not yet. If I do go on tour, it would have to be for like a short film that we made, and then we would like do so it would be like we premiere our movie, our short that we worked on, and then we have like an after show along with like the Intercut podcast, maybe like talk about some Let Me Explains. That's what I would want to go on tour for, but I wouldn't do that till like another year. Maybe when we reach 1 million. What are you most excited for to catch at TIFF? Joker, Knives Out, and Parasite. Those. I would add Jojo Rabbit to the mix. Have you considered, I read that one. Listen, please, have you considered changing your avatar? No. Money Heist. Watch it in Spanish. Will do. Thank you for all your hard work making content. Appreciate you. Let's see. Where are we? Are you doing a podcast? Yep, Intercut Podcast, always in the description, also in the featured channels. You can check that one out. Also in the community post, Intercut Podcast. Do you consider to make older movie reviews? Mentioned it earlier. I do want to do some stuff over on Patreon. Let's see. Favorite animated film? Always goes between Toy Story and Finding Nemo. Did you watch Capernaum from the Oscar nominations? I want to say I did. If I did, I covered it in the Oscar video that we had. Let's see, we got 2 more here. Ever thought of making your own movies? Yep. I know I mentioned it earlier, but that's what's. If you're interested in those, they're going to be over on the A to Z show. And last but not least, what music should I listen to? Glad you asked this one right here. I won't play it because then I'm going to get copywritten, but if you go over, I have it on Spotify, but I don't really use Spotify as much. I do actually have a playlist called the A to Z set list of all of the songs that I'm listening to. Shout outs right now. Rich Brian's album, Confetti, that track on there, but Rich Brian's album, Sailor, on repeat for me. And YBN Cordays. Also shout out Megan Thee Stallion, and the Black Keys had a good album. Lizzo's pretty good. I personally like Dominic Fike, Cayucas. That was a lot right at the end. If you want to know more, I always have the playlist down below in case you want to see what I'm listening to. I try to update it as much as I can, but other than that, appreciate you guys for watching. Hopefully I didn't glitch as much as I did. This video will be up if you didn't see it in its entirety. I'll fix the glitching by next week, but like I said, I want to do these on Fridays now. That way I can cover right at the beginning the movies that we caught. I don't know how to turn this off, considering that YouTube changes things. So I'm going to ask one more question before I go. Let's see. Have you watched Anima? It's a Netflix short musical by Paul Thomas Anderson and Tom New York. Yes, I have. It is incredible. Huge fan of Radiohead. Thanks to my buddies on the Intro Got podcast. He got me into them. Wow. Radiohead. I know I covered all the musicals with the Rocket Man, Blinded by the Light, but oh my gosh. If there is a Radiohead movie like that, I don't even know how it would be made. I would be there in a second. I have yet to see them in concert. He got me into them literally this year at Sundance, and he told me about their secret album, all this different stuff. So yeah, when that came out, Anima, I just found the end stream, so I'll wrap it up with this. Anima, when I saw Anima on Netflix, and I'm a big fan of Paul Thomas Anderson he did one with Haim, I believe is how you pronounce it. He's been doing all these short music video stuff. Love it. This one, it got me. All I did was read the description, and it said, this is a collaboration between Paul Thomas Anderson and Tom York for his new album, Play It Loud. Incredible. Other than that, thank you guys for watching. 6 videos coming out soon as a big thank you. I know we're a little bit early, but usually we're late with it, so a big thank you for the 600,000 subscribers. If you're on Patreon, you're going to get those videos a little bit early, along with some extra stuff. The membership channel coming soon. Almost done with the emojis. I think the emojis are going to be really cool when it comes to these things, but thank you for that. Shout out to you guys. Until next time, I'll see you guys later. Take care.